So I'm sure when you guys think of top OSU player allegations, you're usually thinking it's going to be some weird case where the OSU player is going to be having some Utami Riz situation where it's going to be a kiddler diddler or some sort of weird sexual harasser. Like they're basically going to go down that route and just enforce the stereotype that OSU players are weird, right? And while that might be true for a lot of cases for OSU player allegations, in this video, I want to talk about Akolibed, where it seems like he's in a bit of a drama in his own here. There's some allegations being made against him, and it's eventually led him to quit the OSU game, it seems like. And I'm just going to dive deep into this whole situation and just tell you guys what happened from the start to finish and give my whole thoughts on the situation, because I just think this drama here, I just think it's the stupidest thing ever, man. Like, again, OSU player drama is probably one of the pettiest things in the world, and people just get mad over the things that just don't even freaking matter into the long term. But I'll just get y'all along real quick, where basically in the start of the storyline, there was a post by Biggie Cheese 45, and he was basically saying Akolibed is really modern day Maffey. People hated on Maffey for abusing short jump spam if DT winnows the meta. Now people hate on Akolibed for abusing fast streams at DT because it's the meta. This post is basically just booming Akolibed here, where he's just literally saying Akolibed loses farm speed in DT. That's literally what Maffey does. But then there was a super irrelevant comment made under this post, where it was essentially a comment made by X1NCE, where this guy made a crazy accusation, bro. He said, except Akolibed posts Nazi shit on his Telegram channel and publicly supports Russian war on Ukraine. And that's a pretty crazy accusation here, because Akolibed, he's just trying to chill max and plays O2 game, hit his vape pen every so often. But now he's making this accusation that he's doing Nazi salutes and also supporting Russia against Ukraine. Like, I'm not going to go super in depth on these political subjects because I don't know enough about the war, but I will talk a little bit about the Nazi stuff. I'll just give you guys like my basic understanding of what's going on later on. But essentially, this guy made this accusation against Akolibed, and a lot of OSU players are like, okay, what the fuck, bro? Let me dive into this, see if it's true, right? And somebody made a Reddit post, NomQA, I'm not even gonna freaking pronounce that, but he basically said accusations against Akolibed in his response on Telegram, and he's basically showing some proof here, and it's X1AC, and then he has his own post here, the original post, and then he puts the evidence right under it, where he says, here's him and his friends making Nazi gestures, and it's a photo of Akolibed and some friends and a shark dude, and they're doing a salute, the Nazi salute, which if you guys do not know what it is, maybe you guys haven't taken history yet, but it's essentially the Nazi salute. You put the hand up here and then you put it up into the air and you say Sieg Heil, and then that's basically what's the Nazi salute. And a lot of people get offended by it because a lot of people don't like Hitler because he was a pretty bad dude in history and was killing all of the Jews, and it was a pretty bad thing in history, right? He was a pretty malevolent figure, and a lot of people have a lot of trauma with that whole situation. So it's a pretty sensitive thing to do that salute there, because you're essentially associating yourself with Hitler and be like, okay, well, I think it's pretty Chillington what he did here. And then there was a second post in this thread where this guy basically showed some more proof about the Ukraine stuff and said, and him holding a phone of Twitch massage that says, Akolibed, I'm against Ukraine. Comments under posts like this are disgusting. Always people sending gifs of Nazi symbols and celebrating deaths of innocent people of Ukraine. And again, if you guys do not know what the context of this is, maybe you guys have been living under a rock. Well, there's a Russia versus Ukraine war going on right now. I'm not gonna talk about super in depth about the situation because, again, I don't know that much about it. But essentially, Akolibed, he's given his stance that, okay, well, I'm pro-Russia shooting down the Ukrainians, which is the unpopular opinion because a lot of people are supporting Ukraine. And I'm not going to comment on it again because it's a pretty politically charged topic, but essentially that's going on. A lot of people are pissed off about him and for him. And then Akolibed, in the last post in this thread, he's basically giving a response to this and saying, like, he's just kind of poking fun at it, and he's like typing in Russian, screenshotted the accusation and said, I love Reddit, it's a pity these morons don't understand all my guys are Ukrainians fucking. So what that basically means here, it seems like he's just joking around with his friends here because they're also Ukrainians. And again, there was some more posts later on in the situation where Akolibed gave an official response on Telegram, and he essentially said this Russian thing, I'm not gonna freaking say that, like Reddit, and he's basically saying some more stuff. Maybe could someone put it on Reddit? Guys, I am entertaining the cis community. Here it's normal and nobody gives a fuck. If anyone else is offended by the Nazi pose, I'm sorry, I didn't think of it. Don't take it seriously, and I'm not a femboy. And I'm just going to break down that whole haiku there by Akolibed, where the first thing he said here, guys, I am entertaining the cis community. Here's normal, nobody gives a fuck. And if you guys do not know what the cis community is, it is essentially this whole alliance of Slavian countries like Russia, Moldova, Kazakhstan. And these guys are kind of just joking about the Ukraine situation. Akolibed, I'm supposing this Telegram group is kind of like a more private thing, even though it is pretty public. Like, not a lot of people are in it, right? It's mostly like his most diehard fans. And he's basically just joking around because there's a lot of Europeans in there, right? Americans aren't really in there because they're not really reading all the Russian and shit. So he's just joking around, poking fun. And it seems like that's a joke amongst the CIS people. And the second phrase here, he said, if anyone else is offended by the Nazi foes, I'm sorry, I didn't think of it, I don't take it seriously. And again, this whole situation here with the Nazi stuff, I think is kind of dumb, where Akolibed, he's making this pose, like this salute. I'm pretty sure he knows of the implications. Like, a lot of people are sensitive about it. It's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna make him just poke some jokes at it. And again, like, I understand that when you're at that age, you can have these retarded decisions and make insensitive jokes about other people. Like, I completely understand that. Everyone was in there at that age. And the third and most important thing that he says, and the anti-allegations, is that, and I'm not a femboy. And you guys are probably wondering, whoa, he just threw a curveball out of nowhere. What do you mean he's not a femboy? And basically what this is referring is that a couple days ago, somebody made a post about Akolibed where they're saying, Akolibed now the #1 Osu femboy player. And it's essentially Akolibed showing off his high-ass socks, which is a pretty feminine thing to do. And people were saying he's a femboy. And there was also like previous other things where it's kind of zesty and having makeup on. He was kind of out here looking like a goofy out clown, and people were like, oh my god, he's turning zesty like this. I was kind of giving my comments and retorts about this, like, bro, Akolibed is turning so freaking zesty here. Like, he is femboy, and I mean, people can do what the fuck they want to do, but like him just doing it, I just think it's kind of silly what he's doing here. And he's just basically giving that retort. So I think that's the craziest anti-allegation here. But essentially, Akolibed was under a lot of pressure from this whole situation. A lot of people are giving their backlash on this, where some people were like, oh my gosh, a top player drama that's finally not Kiddler diddlers, and some other people just giving their thoughts like, oh my gosh, Nazi freaking Ukrainian, all this stuff, right? And Akolibed, he was breaking under the pressure, because a lot of people are probably DMing him on Twitter and be like, okay, what the fuck, bro? What is going on here, man? And Akolibed made a full-ass thread on Twitter and basically repeated what he said on Telegram, because he has a larger audience on Twitter. But he basically said, 1, my GF and all my friends are Ukrainian. 2, was making a joke for Telegram since only cis community will understand. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. And then just know the fact, almost every cis person jokes the same way. In the cis community, it's normal. Repost so I don't get suspended. So he's just repeating what he's saying here, and it seems like he's given the accusation about himself, or, oh my gosh, bros, like, chill. My GF and all my friends are Ukrainian. Like, it's fine for me to make the jokes about the Ukrainians here. Maybe within that own private group, yeah, man, if you get the shits and giggles with that, completely fine, right? But then when you broadcast it across the whole public stage, and you're talking to Ukrainian people that are not just, like, they're not your friends, right? They're gonna be like, okay, what the fuck is this guy saying, right? Like, maybe it's chill to do it within your own friends. It's kind of similar to an analogy where you kind of like say N-word, and you were basically saying it like online, and be like, chill guys, I have a black friend, it's not that really deep. But then people are gonna be like, bro, like, what the heck? There's some other black people that are not his friend, and be like, bro, what the heck, bro? Like, I'm not your friend. Like, you can probably talk about like the black people, all the N-word stuff within your own private group, and if it's like all shits and giggles for you guys, completely fine, right? But then when you're broadcasting hold a whole public stage, you're like, chill guys, I have black friends, then it's kind of weird, right? And then this whole situation, it got even freaking crazier, where the original accuser, he basically made his whole apology about this, and I'll just truncate it, where this guy is basically saying in the Akolibed situation, where he's saying that he's tired of the drama, because he was the main accuser. But it seems like Akolibed had a stream on Twitch where he basically gave his own thoughts, where it was like, bros, my bad, bros, I kind of fucked up and I made some bad decisions here and there, please forgive me, guys, bro, I'm actually a good person. And then the original accuser was like, okay, bro, I'm gonna accept your apology. It's not really that deep. I know you're making these bad jokes here and there, but hey, man, everyone has mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes at the end of the day here. And he just forgave him. And I was like, okay, bro, like, I don't think you even have to give your own apology about this, because you were the main accuser here. And a lot of the things that you're saying are objectively true, where Akolibed was, it seems like, even if it's joking, he was still saying, okay, Ukrainians, frick them, and also doing the Zig Heil. Like, bro, like, there's nothing to apologize here from my perspective. Like, I think that you are probably more in the morally superior right, like, in comparison to the whole Osu population. They're like, okay, bro, Akolibed, it seems like he's doing some crazy ass shit. Like, I don't know. I just think this apology is unwarranted. But this whole situation here, Akolibed, he cracked under the pressure, and he said, guys, I'm quitting Osu for a while. And he made this whole ass Telegram post, and it was like, okay, I don't freaking know what the freaking I can't read Russian. But he's basically saying in this translation, this is a great moment to quit Osu for now. Game seems kind of boring for the last month, and the whole situation makes it even better. Will I come back? Nah, I don't know. Probably won't. I'll play a tournament I signed for. Maybe won't even play, and that's it. I'll continue posting stuff on Telegram, and we'll make CS2 streams. Thanks, everyone. Y'all can go now. And it just seems like from this whole situation, Akolibed is going to freaking quit after this whole situation where he kind of had these charades on his Telegram, got exposed for it, and then there was a whole hubbub about it, and Akolibed made his apology letter, and then now he's quitting. Like, this whole drama here, I just think it's so fucking retarded and goofy. Like, I'm just looking at it from a third-person perspective, and like, bro, like, it's really not that deep, right? I know that Akolibed, what he's saying, is going to hurt a lot of people. People are going to be like, bro, what the heck are you saying, bro? Like, I have Ukrainian people in my family. They just got freaking gunned down by the Russians, bro. Like, what the heck, man? Like, I understand there's going to be some people like that, but at the end of the day, it's just freaking words that Akolibed is saying here, right? It's not like he's actually hurting anyone, like, actually, like, going kidler diddler mode or something. Like, he's just saying freaking words and just chilling off his friends, and a lot of people were taking it in a wrong context, be like, okay, bro, I'm just going to misconstrue this whole message and make it a much bigger deal than it actually is. And I know that this sounds pretty similar to my whole situation where I kind of had this whole situation. I kind of made myself something a little bigger than how it was, but that was kind of my own fault. This person here, the main person that pointed it out, I suppose he was the catalyst that started this whole fire. But I just see this whole situation and I just think it's freaking retarded, man. And a lot of people are probably just going to forget about this later in the Akolibed, and I don't know if you have to go out of your way and just quit the game. I understand at the moment it's a lot to take. It's very emotional for you to go under a lot of this pressure and have the OC community just turn your back on you. But like, dude, it's really not that big of a deal, man. Like, after a couple weeks, you can just come back and just start shredding and be like, okay, bro, I'm gonna start hopping on Snow Goose, get that 2000 PP record. But if he actually does keep his word and actually quits the OSU game, then this means Emmerich doesn't have a freaking strong competitor for #1 anymore, and Emmerich's reign is going to continue into the next couple years unless Lifeline somehow starts farming 2000 PPs out of nowhere. But I don't know if that's going to happen with the current rate of his improvements. But this whole situation of Akolibed quitting, I just think is absolutely freaking crazy, guys. And I just want to say, Akolibed, he's freaking young and dumb and retarded, and he's going to make bad decisions here and there. It's really not that big of a deal from my own perspective, and this whole drama here, it's just freaking dumb. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. Just wanted to briefly cover it, and yeah, I'll see you guys.